Hey everybody, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. I just want to jump right in here and I'm going to show you a map of the Meridian area and how it is located here in the Boise Treasure Valley area. It's very central, and as you can see on the map, you have the interstate and get you downtown in about 20 minutes. Right here, I'm showing you the village at Meridian, which is the premier destination for a lot of people. A lot of great shops in there, restaurants, always something happening, live music. Very, very well maintained, very clean, family oriented. I'm going to show in this little clip here. What I wanted to show is, even though a lot of what you see is finished, what we're going to turn here and we're going to look to the south and then eventually to the west, and there's still a lot of growth happening within the village. And I don't know what they're going to do beyond, to the west, what you're looking at. But there's still a lot of opportunity for growth. And I also want to point out what's happening a lot here, and what we need here in the Treasure Valley is trades. Currently, as I've stated in other videos, I am an electrician. I talk with the electricians union quite a bit because they're bringing in there's 6,000 agents currently at the Micron job out southeast of Boise. What I wanted to show here is the Eagle Fairview Road. You'll hear people talk about that a lot. That is the busiest road in Idaho, over 10,000 cars a day. And so something to keep in mind. It is a very highly congested area. This is Sunday morning, so obviously not that bad. There is nobody there. I got up early and I just wanted to show what a beautiful spot it is and not, invade anyone's privacy. That is something that Idahoans take very seriously, and I like to respect that, as well as some of the other options that people, why people choose Idaho. So this really is just a foot traffic in the on the in the village area. Not much. It's early Sunday morning. It was a little breezy, so it's hard to get really good footage, but still, it's just, I love the village. It's beautiful. It was peaceful. There was maybe a dozen people there, and I just kind of had fun just kind of cruising around, checking out what was there. What I taught, and I will talk about more about this in the video coming up, is that our parks are just absolutely to die for. So this is actually just, you'll see, I'm going to pan around and you're going to see the village is right next door. So that is the village right there. So you can literally walk from there into this huge, huge park. Julia Kleiner Park is beautiful. Sometimes they have music over there. They have a stage, a little amphitheater, as well as lots of walking paths. You can see a lot of green space there. Great, great area for the family. You can, go have fun at the village and then just walk across. All right, everybody, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about why so many people are choosing Meridian as opposed to Boise. So let's start with the good stuff first. All right, the first reason is schools. Whenever I talk with families relocating to the Treasure Valley, Idaho, one of the main subjects that comes up is schools. One of the first topics that comes up is schools. Many buyers specifically targeting Meridian because of the educational systems in specifically the West Ada County School District. Opportunities there are fantastic. The schools are getting more crowded, however, the quality still remains very, very well, very, very good. They do their own research because every family has different priorities. But overall, the question is that I hear the most is the schools. They they're a major part of the decision-making process. The second is parks and recreation. And as you can see, Meridian does extremely well in that area. It checks a lot of boxes. When people visit, they often are surprised at how many parks, walking paths, playgrounds, sport fields, recreation opportunities they find throughout the city. So if you're a family that enjoys being active, Meridian offers a lot of great options and a lot of fantastic parks. Never lived in a city myself that had so many active parks. The third reason I hear is community. And honestly, this might be one of the biggest strengths that people find. People still know their neighbors here in Meridian. Community events are well attended. Kids are playing in the parks. We've got a lot of different sports centers throughout Meridian itself. Neighbors enjoy, they're usually out walking their dogs, tending their gardens. They're keeping their their homes up. Moving to a larger city with a sense of community is very, very hard to find, as well as I always hear how friendly it is and how clean it is. Reasons also people are moving to Meridian is new construction options. Most buyers do like new homes. They like the open floor plans, large kitchens, high ceilings. I hear this a lot. 3-car garages, and energy efficient construction also tops the list as well. Many Meridian neighborhoods offer exactly what buyers are looking for today. So now let's talk about the downside, because no city is perfect. We get it, right? And as I've talked about in past videos, we are experiencing a lot of growing pains, so we're trying to catch up with infrastructure. And as a real estate agent that only talks about positive things, then you might want to talk to other agents, because the biggest complaint I hear around people moving to Eagle Meridian area is traffic. And I know you get tired of hearing that too, but especially around the major shopping centers like the Village, which I just showed earlier, as well as Eagle Road, which has over 10,000 cars a day. However, moving from Seattle, Phoenix, anywhere in California, the traffic here compared to those cities is definitely a lot different. We're spoiled here in Idaho, I get it. However, it's just gonna get more busy. We're exploding here. So a lot of people think Idaho's cheap, which again I've addressed before. It is not. The information, if you're still hearing that it's a cheap place to live, that's old news. We are starting to catch up with our wages, but however, it is still quite expensive to be here. Since COVID, things have exploded, prices have doubled. The upside to that is our taxes are still very reasonable, considering the amount of infrastructure and the amount of work that's going into our schools. You drive around the city and you'll see a lot of our schools have been updated in the last 10 years, specifically more Boise because they're older. However, I'm seeing that in Meridian as well. Meridian, why people choose it, and as I go back to some of those maps that I had, you can see it's centrally located in the valley, and that's another reason why people like it. You can get downtown, you can get to the mountains, it's very centrally located. Why would I recommend Meridian? Because of the location, you're central, you can get downtown Boise, depending on the time of day, you can get there if it's 20 minutes, half an hour. You can get newer homes, schools, the parks, all excellent. If Meridian is not on your list, when you come to Boise, perhaps it should be. If you're looking for more historic neighborhood, mature trees, that kind of thing, downtown Boise might be a better fit for you. Meridian's more of the suburbia, a lot more houses out there, a lot more choices, therefore making it with more choices, more competition, and the prices might be a little easier on your pocketbook. Just coming in retrospect or looking back at everything, it's really about what matters to you and your family, right? Meridian's a great place to raise a family. It's clean, it's safe. We definitely have our growing pains. We're starting to see more crime. We actually have some problems, like I said, with the infrastructure, a lot of construction going on because we're trying to play catch up. If you enjoy straight information without the sales pitch, please read my Google reviews. They speak for themselves. As well, I'm on Zillow. I'm a Zillow Premier agent here in the Valley. I've been here 25 years, and I would love to help you and your family. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, hopefully I got you some great information. I hope this is helpful, and please like, subscribe, and any feedback would be great. What would you like to see? What am I not saying? Anything I can get from you, I would appreciate it, because I want to be known as the go-to agent who gives it to you straight. So I'll see you on the next video.